All right, first impressions of the 2026 Surron Ultra B. Didn't really get a chance to talk a whole lot in the video, so I apologize for that. A lot of it is going to be a voiceover, but just want to make sure I could get all the information across. Thanks. So I was out here at Cahuilla Creek Motocross, and just giving this thing its first little test. I had roughly maybe like 16 miles. I started with the bike at full charge. So I have a Light B and a couple gas bikes, so I kind of wanted to get this thing and see how it was. Out of the box, the bike has a lot of settings that you have to change and fine tune. Alright, thanks for watching through this part, and I'm going to get the riding started. Took it show for the first couple laps. This thing's fresh out the box. Cool. First thing I noticed was that the brakes are very touchy, which is kind of how I like it. The front brake was dragging a little bit and it got worse over time, but the power felt decent. I was running it in 18 kilowatts just about the whole time, which is just the normal sport mode. So I started getting comfy on the bike a bit quicker. Wasn't really pushing it at all today because I'd never been to Cahuilla before, and let alone ride on the vet track with this thing, or any track. Definitely noticed my speed start going up, and honestly, compared to the 450, this thing corners amazing. They lax a little bit on the jumps, and it's a little bit harsher with the suspension being a bit softer, but it's also a lot lighter and a lot more maneuverable.
Like, honestly, it feels really nice.
As of this video right here, I was kind of in the mid-range, and I hadn't touched any of the clickers on the suspension. I did end up noticing that there is no high and low speed compression. There's just a whole range of compression as one, which is okay, but even after maxing out the compression earlier on, it still didn't feel as stiff as I like, and I realized it was kind of more set up towards the 150, 140 area. So I hopped in, this is lap number 3, and just kind of cut this corner here and kind of throttle out of it to hit the cable. I kind of miscalculated the table, and it doesn't quite have the throttle as the 450 or the power, so I kind of miscalculated that, which is my fault.
I smoked the bars.
I bet the bars on this, and this is when the front brakes started dragging a lot harder, so it's missile on. The bars are definitely a weak point on this bike, but I was able to straighten them enough to keep riding and hitting more laps.
Wow. Alright, first impressions. This thing is sick. Those few laps I've done, I'm down to 92%. Power feels great for vet. Like, I don't need it in boost. Like, the bike just feels great. Suspension's a little on the soft side on the harder hits. So maybe I'll turn up, compression on for high speed, but so far, just hitting on the vet, the bike feels great. It's really wet out.
So it's definitely a lot harder to gauge your throttle, but the handbrake instead of the foot brake was definitely a big advantage. So this was after the fact. I was still ripping with the bars a bit sideways, but it did get a little windy out, and I had my front brake dragging, so I didn't really want to push it too hard and try and put everything on the little vet track.
this wraps up the clips from Cahuilla. I figured I'd throw a couple extra in, just like the first couple miles that I was doing wheelies and little jumps and urban stuff on the bike. Thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy.